So we're talking about relationships and we're talking about all these different things that are occurring, which is good because we're going down a generational timeline where it affects relationships and how and where we are today and how did we get here today in terms of
Right.
relationships, which is a really good dynamic. So we've talked a lot about you guys in terms of relationships and your pet peeves, but in terms of insults is the word. What insult you received and you've been proud of?
You gonna go first, bro?
Uh,
What type of insult that you received, Rod? I mean, Muada, and you were just proud of?
That he was out of his cotton picking mind.
yeah, that's for sure. That motherfucker crazy. He believes. I don't know.
Damn right, I'm out of my cotton picking mind. I don't pick no cotton.
Damn right. I'm out of my cotton picking mind, because if it means that being in my mind means being like everyone else, I would rather not.
Nah,
I was out of my mind. I'm smart ass dummy. I don't fucking know what people say. Whatever the fuck they say. I don't, people are fickle. People are.
Yeah, we just experienced it.
I respect people of all ethnic groups. I respect human being spirit, but I can give two fucks about them for real. What I mean by that is people will have opinion about anything. My father used to always say to me, I can't remember if I said it the last time we were conversing, that the more friends you have or more associates you have, the more opinions you'll have about yourself. I'd rather be alone with a few solid ass brothers than have a whole bunch of fucking friends or associates, whether that's male or females. I just rather not. People gonna have opinions about whatever the fuck you do, whether it's high, low, right or wrong, up, down, good, bad, whatever any of that shit means. Caring about what others think about you is like ridiculous. Leaving your hat on there, hanging your hat on there is like stupid as fuck. Throughout our college stays in different colleges, D and I went to different colleges. We went to different colleges. We didn't just stay at one college. We went to different colleges.
But at times, smart, we went to different colleges. They had
universities and cities, state, But yeah, anyway, I would ask people what they thought of me, just to hear their reaction, just to see what I would get from them. Sometimes the majority of them were off.
Yeah.
Some of them were close. I learned that they're going to think what they're going to think no matter what. You can be a brother, upstanding brother, upstanding sister, what have you. People are going to still think of you in the manner in which they do based on their images of you, their perception and conception of life and ideas of how things are. It doesn't make it right or wrong, doesn't make it true or false. It is just in their brain. People make shit so. It is what it is. I am that I am. So I really don't care. And I'm not saying that to just push it off. It's like, it's not that serious for me.
Right.
I'm not the type of person that runs around and compares myself to other human beings. You'll hear people say, well, shit, I ain't living as bad as people over there in the gutter, or, well, fuck, you're not living as well as people with billions, Yeah. You gotta always compare yourself to the lower people or whatever. I just don't do it. I live my life the best way I can and appreciate the Creator giving me the life that I have and living it to the best of my ability. So if they say things, they say it.
It causes a lot of depression and anxiety. People
it creates too much issue.
Affected by
whatever. I need to be running around in my head thinking about what this person think and what they think and what. Get the fuck out of here. That shit's retarded.
What about you, Mr. Black Wall Street? We're gonna do this in sequential. I'll say something last.
The greatest insult that I received that I'm kind of happy about it. Let me see. The greatest insult that I would say that got some good questions here, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't want to take up too much time wrecking my brain searching out. So
right.
I just said what came.
I would say the greatest insult would be that well, you picky. That I like, you picky. Yeah, you picky. You too picky. You ain't gonna never find nothing better.
Who is that? Who is that behind you, D? To your left.
Which one? Right
on the top.
To my left.
Yeah.
Ampool.
Ampool. Ampool. What's Ampool? He's picky.
Well, yeah, he's picky. He's of divine discernment.
Oh,
he exercises divine discernment. So
that's what they call picky. They don't like
Jesus is good enough for me.
Ooh, picky. That's a good one right
picky
there.
Picky translates into divine discernment. So
they don't know.
Sniff out the BS, remove it, and get at the substance.
So they don't understand that. So they call it picky.
They call it picky. And it's divine discernment. That's all it is.
Damn, I thought he was Anubis, but hey.
That's the Greek term. For the bougie folks, it's Anubis.
Listen. So what about you, Miss Keish?
Well, I'm not ashamed to say the insult that I receive, and now that I'm proud of it. Get ready, Gnarls Barkley. They say you crazy.
No.
And I'm okay with it. Call me crazy. Call me cuckoo. But if it's anything that's going to disturb me and bother me at this point, I don't need it. So I'd rather take the bait as being crazy. So I've been called crazy. I've been called psycho. I've been called a lot of things, but I'm good with it. I'll take those names too. I'll take it, Alex. Alex from Jeopardy.
Oh, okay. You threw me off, for a loop for a second. I can't even remember Alex.
Alex Trebek.
Alex Trebek. He was on there for the longest. He's the guy that died of prostate cancer, I believe.
Yeah. Well, he had pancreatic
cancer. My father and he had pancreatic cancer at the same time. I think they passed with months apart.
I ain't familiar with that. Yeah, greatest insult.
I know y'all like, what the hell does he keep looking over there for? I'm like, I'm hearing shit. And I'm like,
do you feel like somebody's watching you, Mulata? You always feel like somebody.
I don't care if they watch me or not. You better just don't attempt to put your hands on me.
Put your hands on me then.
What young woman you done dealt with? And she's looking and looking.
Hell no. Listen, I told you when I was younger, I used to run to them. Now I'll be like, whew, I feel for you. I can only imagine what you've gone through in your life.
Man, for real.
You know, that's a lot. Yeah. Chugging around all that luggage back there.
Thanks.
Every man you find trying to get up in you, that's a lot to deal with. That's a lot. That's not easy. You can't go nowhere without being haunted. Beauty is a gift and a curse.
It can be.
So like a man with money, huh?
Mr. Black Wall Street, what are you talking about? A man with money? Well, I know you have some money somewhere. For all the ladies out here that's listening in the universe, the metaverse, or whatever, Mr. Black Wall Street has money.
All right, go.
Check out his
Damn, Miss Keish. Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing, Miss Keish. Just gonna throw the brother under the bus like that, huh?
I come
just set him out there, huh?
Just set him out there.
They gonna knock on his door. They're gonna be DMing his ass.
Huh?
They'll be
Yeah,
knocking on your door, DMing you to my hey, I heard you got that money.
I need a high yield savings
yeah, I
account.
don't want me to get no money. I'm gonna be hard to deal with. So, if I got money, you don't want to mess with me anyway.
I told Mr. Black Wall Street that, he gonna age into a stingy old man. He gonna like, get away from me. Get your ass away. Cause he snaps out.
He snaps out.
Yes, and we have to say Earth Black Wall Street. Earth Black Wall Street. He was on a rampage this week, and then when he be like, I'll be snapping, don't I? When I say something about me, I was like, okay.
That's what I was saying. When you say something, you speak casually about it, and people don't take heed to it. They brush that shit off, brush it off. It don't mean nothing.
I guess you got a little bark with it. You got a little bark of attitude with it. Then you know what I'm saying? It's something else.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can't just.
Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to say it like
that?
Why don't you just listen?
Exactly.
And he'll keep that smile on his face for a while. So that's what make it more. I guess it made the young lady more horrified or whatever. I don't know.
It make people not listen. He ain't tripping.
And that's sad though. But that's the world we live in. People take everything for granted. Everything is taken for granted.
And you could be like, yeah, I'm serious. I know I'm smiling because I'm just saying, that's what I do. I smile. But I'm serious though, for real. Gotta cut that out. Stop it. Quit it. Leave it. Don't do that.
Yeah. We can put that in his pet peeve bucket as well. So that's one of the interesting things about him, his pet peeve.
I don't, Miss Keisha, I don't like when I don't like the fact that we as a people find it cool to disrespect one another. We don't hold our friendships to a higher level of respect. We think that we get to knowing someone, we get cool with someone that gives us the right to disrespect them.
The old African saying is you hold your friends with two hands instead of one. In America, you only hold your friends with one hand.
That's right. And it bothers me that people feel as though they can do that to their families or their friends, associates, or loved ones. You should treat the people that you sleep with, hang out with, communicate the most with the greatest respect, not the least amount of respect, not a little bit, but the greatest respect, and not treat the person on the street with the greatest respect. You should treat him with respect, or she with respect as a human being, but not the opposite. We do the opposite, but that's that sick-ass mentality, living around a bunch of sick-ass people that's rubbed off on us, that we kind of think in reverse about doing shit. We literally disrespect the people that's the closest to us, and respect the people that we're trying to gain friendship from.
People start taking, like you saying, they hold their friends and loved ones with one hand, so they take us lightly, and the people they trying to impress and gain the approval of, they pretty much give them all the love because they trying to win them over, and that's a matter of self-esteem. I think that the root of that is an unhealthy sense of self-esteem as well.
Definitely unhealthy. And that's why a lot of our friendships fall apart. Like I know several groups of females that's been friends for 35, 40 years. When I see them, I be like, boy, I love that about y'all. Y'all, after all these years, y'all still cool, no matter what. That's a beautiful thing to experience that, to have friends that long, associates that long, that you still there with them and they still there with you. In this day and age, oh, hell, shit. That shit means nothing.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's the greatest insult. So
yeah, and I think when it comes down to friendships and relationships, because I'm guilty in the past of doing it, taking advantage of something. And if you don't mind, Mr. Black Wall Street, he had to teach me how to hold relationships in high regard, especially when I was getting to know him as a friend and I offended him and I said some insulting things.
Yeah,
and
as she called me a bitch, some Southern shit, they do shit from the South. That was the word, right? That what you used, bitch? Or did you say bitch? What was it?
It was that. And
Yeah.
I had to apologize because he's, being that he went to college, your non-traditional colleges, and being that, I'm not in a space to where I can talk to a man like that. It was disrespectful. It was wrong. And I had to take a step back and just do some work within and on myself to make sure that I don't repeat that behavior, not just with him or any man, because we all deserve respect.
I think she
I
said
agree.
these
I
bitch
agree.
niggas. Did you say these bitch
I
niggas?
know plenty of people. I know plenty of women who will say that some men are bitches, and I've heard, yes, and I've heard men say that other men are bitches. I personally don't think that a man can be a bitch in the sense of the word in which we use, because it means a female or a female dog or what have you. So that can't happen. Men do have feminine ways when they're not taught the proper manly male things. And that's because they're raised by a woman, and they're nurtured and coddled by a woman. So they will have tendencies to do female characteristic things or say female characteristic things. Can they be a bitch in the total sense of it? Fuck no. Unless you choose to be the rainbow family, as they say. Is that the proper thing to say? The rainbow family?
Right.
You can use that, yeah.
I'm learning as we go.
Yeah, you can use that.
Yeah, some women is like Keisha. I think it was just part of her language. I don't think she meant it. That's why I was tripping, but I wasn't like, it's just like, she don't know no better, poor child.
Right.
But I had someone to talk to me, and I gave them the scenario to another female. She was like, well, if this is going to be your friend, you know what his life is. You know what he has experienced. You have to be mindful and be cognizant of what you say, because his background is a reflection of why he does not take that disrespect. And his background is a reflection of, him having to protect himself at all times, So you have to be mindful of that. This lady, we're friends to this day, and she told me, and she's from Mississippi, just be mindful of what you say and how you say it.
Now, can I ask you this?
That's to anybody, to any man, though, especially.
Right. That's true. Can I ask you this?
Right.
When you first came on here, you said that you were a beautiful, intelligent woman. So if you are that, why would it take another beautiful, intelligent woman to advise you to be mindful?
I will say this: not every person that's intelligent or beautiful has the wherewithal, or we speak, depending on how we were trained, we speak with our emotions, like you said, and not think about the consequences. And so I was just flying out the mouth of what what was said. Okay. And sometimes, and I'm happy to have that friend who's that voice of reason, because if a woman doesn't have those type of friends, she's gonna go through self-destruction. So even when she said that to me at the time, I was like, well, I don't understand what you're saying. But when I sat there and I resonate on what she was saying, everything that she said was true. And then if I was going to continue this friendship with Black Wall Street, I had to clean up my act, because I had to realize it wasn't cool. He has shown me respect since, the beginning of our friendship, and I should reciprocate that.
I agree.
For sure.
Now, can he be meticulous? Absolutely.
Well, that's okay.
Can he be interested? Absolutely.
Because the truth is in the details.
If all of us were like one another, what would the world truly be like? It'd be a boring ass place. It's really boring now because too many of us are wanting to be the same. But we have to appreciate, respect, and have a high honor of individuality. What bothers me a lot is that, not bothers me a lot, but what I don't understand is why people feel like they have to do anything extra in order to separate themselves from anyone else, when all they have to do is look in the mirror. No matter what your parents did, no matter what goes on in life, they can never go back and recreate you. You cannot be duplicated. You cannot be recreated. If your parents say, hey, we're going to get back together and we're going to create another you, they couldn't do it if they wanted to. It's impossible. It's impossible. So we are unique beings in every aspect. There's no reason for us to look to no one else. It's only to look to ourselves and to within ourselves and move accordingly. Learn about who we are, and we'll learn as much as we learn about ourselves. We'll learn about others, and then implement that in the world in which we live in.
So once you say it's a boring world we live in.
If everyone acted accordingly, everyone acted the same. Right. Yeah, boring ass world. We were all the same people.
And everybody pretty much act the same. They say if you have a knowledge of self, you'll never have a dull moment in life.
Right. True. That's what I said. And that's why I said it is kind of boring, because everybody's doing the same shit. Like when we were growing up, we're not that far off in age. We all have gray. Keisha, Miss Keisha, you probably hiding yours. A lot of things that we see now, we didn't see back then. We see more people, more ethnic groups, more cultural people doing everything that we Americans, African Americans, are doing. We have pushed the global culture. The global culture has been pushed by us, driven by us, and we don't even understand it. Now, the financial sector and the tech sector is being pushed by people who have, a lot more influence, influential people who have the money and the backing to do so. But they definitely use us as the people in which to drive a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
If you pay attention, a lot of things that you see today, be like, people wasn't doing that back in the day. They wouldn't dare do that. Now they're doing it. They're taking on the same styles, the same flavors, the same attitudes, the same machoism, the same feminism, the same, it's like, really? Like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. And then from the bird's eye view, I would say, in which we was able to see the world and see the cultural shift was like in 3D for us. It was amplified for the simple fact that we was kind of like in a preservation jar.
Right.
And we was kind of seeing things, because where we was at, things was moving slow. But looking at the outside world, VI, TV, talking to loved ones on the phone, it was an interesting, especially being that we was culturally and historically aware. To see the shift was amazing, because I remember in 2004, I was like 8 years in. I was like, 23, 24, 25? Yeah. And my brother told me, man, you remember such and such and such? I ain't gonna say no names, gotta protect the name. But yeah, she told me to tell you she got some tight dyke pussy waiting on you. I say, what? I didn't know nothing about, lesbianism being open like that. It wasn't open when I left. And getting your dick sucked wasn't a thing. I ain't experienced that to 27, 28. I left at 17. So the culture shift was real. And when I heard that, I'm like, damn. And I'm conscious at the time. So I'm like, boy, this is going to be a different kind of world.
It is, yes.
It's going to be different. Yeah. And then I get to it and see it. I come out and I see young dudes asking for money. I'm thinking it's a move. I'm ready to lay law down, but they actually begging for quarters.
Right.
And everybody fellatio, that's the thing to do. They talk about it. And so I'm like, damn. I'm like, I had to sit down plenty of times. Like, what is going on?
I agree.
It's too fast. Hold up. Slow it down. Let me regroup. Let me fall back a little bit. But yeah, so it's interesting. Very interesting. Yes. We digressing, ain't we? But it's all good. It's all good.
We're conversing. We're
So
trying to.
you look at those dynamics of what you just mentioned, like when you went into college, you came back and things are different. These are relationships. So yeah, we kind
Right.
of went a little bit off topic, but not
It's
too
all
far off
good.
to where we can't link it back to like
That's
relationships and things like that. And I think a lot of what we're seeing is in this society, people with probably poor mental health. That's why they run into these relationships. You know, from one decade, you used to seeing the male and the woman together, but then now you see male and male, female and female. A lot of that could be, you know, mental health, and no judge with anyone in that community or the rainbow community, as Rod would, Muada would prefer to call it. But I think when it comes down to that whole being in relationships, mental health, physical health, spiritual health is really, really the key to keep a person whole. And so when we're thinking about relationships, when we're thinking about being with someone, you can't fully give your all to someone if you're in poor physical health. And you definitely can't give your all to somebody when you're in poor mental health. And that's going to lead us to my next question about what does health and wellness mean to the both of you?
Holistically, health is the trifecta. It's the mental, spiritual, and physical. All of it, that's holistic health. All of it has to go together. Mental health is something that we've been suffering with for a long time in this country. That shit's nothing new. It's just a new word that everyone's using, throwing around, kicking around like it's the shit to say. People in this country have suffered from mental health forever. The beginning of this country, even you bring slaves over here, and you take a people out of their country where they have a kingly and a queenly mentality, because all of us weren't kings and queens. We get a lot of people that say that shit all the
just
time.
expired to be.
It was a mentality.
Right.
They had the ethics, the morals, the principles,
Right.
the values of a king and a queen, and they
Right.
carried themselves accordingly, like royalty. You take them out of their environment, you bring them over here, and you reverse engineer everything about them. That fucked up them mentally. Then you starve them and feed them this bullshit. That fucked them up physically. Then you continue with this spiritual bullshit, and you fuck them up that way. So we're doing everything we can to come out of this. And that's a challenge within itself. It's been such a challenge that we say mental health now, we use the term now as if it's something that just started and we just figured it out. That shit been going on for the inception of this country. Fucking inception of this country for the last 3,000 or 4,000 years. We've been at war with a damn warmongering ass people. That's been going on. That's nothing new. I love Malcolm. I love all our griots. I appreciate their sacrifices in every way, shape, form, or fashion. Malcolm X said it best. He said that lynchings and castrations of the black man, woman, and child, I'm going to say woman and child, black man, woman, and child, were not the most gruesomest thing that ever happened to us. It's the worst thing that ever happened to us is we were taught to wear a mask of self-hate and self-denial. We were taught to wear two masks. In our neighborhood, we act a certain way. In our communities, we act a certain way with our people. When we go outside of that, your parents will say, don't you act like that around the white people. Don't you do this. Don't you embarrass me. We were fucked up, mentally for a long time. So mental health has been real for the longest. So for me, holistic health is the greatest thing that we could ever do. We can achieve in our life to help ascend us mentally and spiritually to a place that's of wellness for us as individuals and us as a community collectively. But we all suffer through it. Even Caucasians suffer through mental health in this country. If you think that people being lied to, told a bunch of fucking lies about a great people for so long is not damaging to their psyche, it's crazy. But let's just think about this. In the 50s, not too far long ago, the 50s and 60s, These people still believe if they got in a fucking swimming pool with a black person, or if a black person got in a swimming pool with them, that the blackness, the chlorine would cause the blackness to come out of them and get onto them. That's a sickness. That's some sick shit. That's like, think about that. That's some like, come on. So these people literally believe that we were unfit, unable, couldn't this, that, and the other. They told all these damn lies that we were good for nothing, but they couldn't build this country without us. The entire Washington, D.C. is laid out like in a map of Egypt, of Africa. The numerous of different cities are based off of African principles, teachers of geography, architects, and so on and so forth in this country. A lot of teachings are based off of that. So these people literally lied to us and told us that we were nothing forever. And I'm saying forever because that's all we've been taught for the last 500 years, going through this abuse with these damn people. And more than that, you know, let's and I have this thing where I may go on too far. Just stop me anytime. But D, you can help me with this because my memory's a little short. We had a people in Africa, the Blemmies, that went to war for 40 generations.
Yeah.
40 generations. That's a long time for people to be warring. A long time. They were taken out by the Europeans who helped them, which were our own people called the Nomads. They helped the Europeans take out the Blemmies. That shows mental health issues. Same shit that we've been going through for a very long time. We suffer from right now today. Just like football, what they call that shit, CTE or CT, whatever, CTE, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, CTE is a real issue for football players, right? Now listen to this. I've said this for years before this even came out. We, as young boys in the 70s, were playing football without helmets. What
Killer
they call
Man.
Killer Man.
Call it Killer Man.
Do you know how many young men that were born in that time frame was playing football without helmets that got concussions and suffered from CTE? You like think about that, because that's the culture was being pushed.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So mental health has always been a real issue in this country. It's nothing new. We just
It's
make it.
interesting that you brought that up because have you seen Jordan Peele's latest movie, Him? It's all about a young man. He's a rookie that ends up getting drafted in the NFL, but while he's going through his drafting process, he suffers an injury. But he continues to persist. And again, this team is made up, it's not a real NFL team. He continues to persist to go and get drafted, but he has to be trained under this well-known football player. Make a long story short, the theme of the movie is about how much these football players are willing to go when they have these minor or these injuries that are supposed to be minor. But then once they overwork themselves, that injury turns into something else. And then there's all other metaphoric expressions in there when it deals with, like, if you're willing to sell your soul for this contract and continue to play more years and incur more injuries, all of that. It has a lot of different themes. I know it flocked in the movies, but it was an interesting piece when you look at it.
I'm going to look at it. I'm glad you brought that to my attention.
I've been meaning to go check it out. Yeah, holistic health is definitely important for sure. Yeah, it ain't can't have one without the other. So if you mentally impoverished, it's gonna show physically. And if you physically impoverished, it's gonna show mentally, because definitely it will cause deterioration. I mean, and then what can you do if you're physically suffering? I mean, there's only so much you can do. But yeah, holistic health. Yep, gotta stay fit. That's for sure. Gotta keep that mind sharp. Gotta stay spiritually grounded. I don't know what that means for most people, but for me, it means, staying rooted in who I am, truly am, having knowledge of self, uh, eating right. I'm a vegan as we know it. Shit, that don't mean veganism is for everyone. I stay in the gym. I ain't been there in a couple of weeks, but I've been but I've been doing it over 20 years, so it ain't nothing. That'll come back. But let me see, mentally, yeah, physically, spiritually, holistically. That sums it up. So, and that's what the name regulators come from. It's a regulator's life. So if here it is, we see that there's something we doing individually or as far as our way of thinking, we have self-regulation. We would take and remove whatever flaw it is. We would take and do self-reflection, have no problem with that self-criticism. Many people don't like to tone out the noise. We like to run to the noise that's in our head and find solitude and quietness in order to comprehend what's truly going on. So definitely holistic health is the way to go, because it's best to be happy than be king. I'd rather be happy than have millions of dollars. So you happy and you gain millions of dollars. The millions of dollars ain't gonna do nothing but enhance your life. So holistic health is definitely the way to go. So that's what health and wellness mean to me. To double back on that,
I would say health is everything, because without your health, no matter what you have, you can't be your best self or you can't function. And so that's what's a concern even for me on my personal journey. There are some concerns with my health that I definitely need to correct. I was reading the other day, and full transparency for everyone, I have stage 1 hypertension. I did not know that I had hypertension until I was out one night with some sorority sisters who was at an MC Light concert. And while I was at this concert, I had on some shoes and I was like, these shoes, they're fitting kind of tight. And I didn't know what was happening, but it was like some fluid had built up in my legs. And I was like, I've never had this before. My ankles are really, really swelling here. And so I continued to go on, ignoring the fact that I had, these symptoms in my legs, and also ignoring the fact that I had a headache. No matter what I took Tylenol, extra strength, that did not help. The headache exacerbated, but I was going to muscle through and go to MC Light's concert. She's my sorority sister, so I know Cha 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 and all those other songs that she has. And so I was sitting among my sorority sisters, and I remember we ordered a pizza. If you know about St. Louis style pizza, it is the saltiest pizza
Which
that
one
you
is
ever
that?
want to put in your mouth.
What piece is that?
oh,
It's a St. Louis style pizza. It's very salty.
What? I don't want you to get off your subject, but what piece is that?
Well, we ordered I think it was a Italian sausage pizza
Oh, that's
with cheese.
why.
like that swine. Remember you old swine eater? Let's have a
You
cup
old
of coffee.
swine.
So I'll continue. So
What pizza was that? Was it Emo's?
I hate emos, and I'm not from here.
Well,
So
I
I
thought
hate
that was a St. Louis style pizza. That's why I
it
asked.
is. It is the St. Louis style, but this was at City Winery, so they make their version of the emos pizza.
Oh, okay.
And so you know, I couldn't 2 bites into that pizza, I couldn't eat anymore. So I had a sorority sister who was like, "Soror, you not hungry anymore?" I said, "No, I'm not hungry anymore." She was like, "Well, I'll finish it off." And so she finished off the pizza. But when I came back, home, headache still didn't get any better. I was like, man, I need to go to the doctor. And so she knew exactly what was wrong with me from the time I came in. So when you have like a hypertension headache, it's a headache that you really want to stop. It's like somebody just constantly hammering in the back of your head. Like imagine somebody having like a little mini sledgehammer just constantly just hitting you. That's what it felt like. And I was just in so much distress. I was like, you got to do something because I feel like I'm about to die. And that's when she looked at my ankles and she looked at me and she said, I'm going to give you a prescription of hydrochlorothiazide, 12.5 milligrams. You have to start taking this. If you don't take this, we would have to take you to the emergency room.
Wow.
Then she had to tell me, okay, I need for you to take off work and you need to rest for 3 days. I'm going to write this prescription. I want you to take off. Do not do any more work. And the reason why I say this because I'm concerned about us as Black women, because hypertension, it disproportionately affects Black women. And it's about 58% of us that are diagnosed with hypertension. And some go undiagnosed because it's considered the silent killer. And
That's
it's
correct.
all those things like family history could be part of it, but also our dietary lifestyle. We have to really, as Black women and some Black men, we have to really take charge of our health and take control of our health.
And get with a guy like me and brother Muada who gonna,
That's real talk though.
You ain't gotta worry about all that,
Now, I was a vegan for 2 years. I was a vegan for 2 years. I loved veganism. I probably felt the best I've ever felt in my life being a vegan. I didn't quite understand how to eat as a vegan, and I had limited resources. So, that kind of changed my attitude. I eat fish. I do eat fish. I just started eating chicken again. Don't judge me. About 6 months ago, I started eating chicken again. I don't eat it as much, but I will eat fish way more than I eat anything else. I eat a lot of times now that over the years I learned more about nutrition and how to take care of how to feed the body. So I know how to eat a lot of stuff. A lot of times I'll go days and weeks without eating meat. It won't bother me. Every once in a while, if I get Russian, I know I need to store up on some food real fast. I will get a fish sandwich and some French fries. Don't judge me.
No judgment here.
Yeah, when I was in college, they say it could have been white coat syndrome that I had, but they tried to diagnose me with hypertension. But I found out, I went and looked up, of course, what the medicine do, and then I just started what I started doing because I know they got like a pill to reduce high blood pressure, and then they give you the potassium pill, right? Yeah. Which is like a water pill.
Yeah. It's for certain people. Like with hydrochlorothiazide, it's a fluid pill. So it's a diuretic. It lowers your blood pressure because it's trying to relax the blood vessels. And then it drains the fluid, because what the fluid is doing is it's being backed up because your kidneys is trying to secrete all the excess salt
from
your system.
I did the research. Go ahead, finish.
That's one of the reasons why I want to get off the pill, because long term, when people stay on this, that's why you see a lot of people, they're on dialysis because they've been on high blood pressure medication for so many years.
So that's what I researched, exactly what you said about the salt and all that. So I knew, okay, it's trying to push out the salt. So, okay, what I need to do is now sweat a little more. And I need to drink more water and kill the salt. Eat my food bland. I had to get on my white folks. I had to get on my white folks thing. Bland food, no salt, work out, sweat, drink water.
Cayenne pepper.
That's what the medication do. Basically try to push the salt out.
And cayenne pepper.
Yep.
Cayenne pepper.
So you pushing the salt out. You ain't using the medication. You pushing the salt out by sweating. Because if you got a lot of salt in your system, if a person go out and sweat, you can see the salt on their face. You can see it. So if you go and sweat, drink water, leave the salt alone, which I know is hard for people to do. It's like sugar. And man, you can beat that thing, but it's gonna I mean, hey, That's pretty hard for people to do.
I did it because the majority of people in my family have high blood pressure and diabetes. And I said, I will not be that one. I will not. I remember having, every year we take physicals and you got to go through all the BS, not BS, it's for your health.
Hold up, disclaimer. Before you go on, bro, I'm not a doctor.
Right, I'm not a doctor either.
I'm not telling you to do it.
Right.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I'm not a medical doctor, everybody.
Right.
I did the same exact thing that he described. And for years, I had doctors, they would tell us both, we had white coat syndrome. Right. They would tell me that I had low blood pressure. My blood pressure was too low. I played handball every day, all day. When I wasn't studying, I didn't have class to go to. I'm playing handball. I don't care. I'm gonna find somebody to play handball with. I was probably 250. I'm 250 now. I probably was like 250 then. At 238, I'm like unstoppable on the handball court. But they used to say, hey, you need to drink more, you need to eat more salt. You need to take more salt. And I refused to. And I used to tell him, he said, well, you can lose more weight and you won't become a diabetic. I was like, hey man, can you play handball for 2 or 3 hours straight a day? He's like, no. I said, well, I don't need to lose weight. I'm in great health. I can do this nonstop, like literally nonstop. So they used to tell me that, and I used to be like, I'm not worried about that. I know how to control this thing. I know how to get this thing up and down. I know what to do with it. And I did it for years. I still do it to this day. I don't take no pills. I don't take none of that shit. I don't, because I know what it'll do to you. I had to tell my mother about 7 years ago, hey, look, get off of that shit. Lisinopril was like terrible for people, for black people. It was really doing black people some dangerous, it was killing black people, literally. And I had my grandfather, my aunties, I was like, hey, look, y'all need to really rethink this drug that y'all own because it's very dangerous. And there was my son's uncle passed from it. That was one of the reasons he passed, the Lisinopril. But I don't agree with a lot of that stuff. I believe in the body will naturally heal itself. If you do what you need to do to take care of yourself, it will definitely take care of you. Not saying it doesn't need help. Not saying that doctors aren't good, because doctors are beneficial. Medicine is also beneficial. But there are there are alternatives that can help you cleanse yourself.
Keisha? I mean, who's Keisha?
So with that being said, I am officially on a low sodium diet, and I am officially on steamed vegetables and things like that.
And fruit. Steamed vegetables and a bunch of fruit.
Yeah, I'm doing fruit as well. Mainly melons, though.
Melon's great for you. Watermelon, honeydew melon, they're great for you. I love, I take a watermelon in the summertime and I chop that thing up and put it in the freezer. Whew, that is a delicious popsicle. You don't need no popsicle. That thing right there is so
good
delicious.
for hydration.
Yes, that's all I do. In the summertime, I'm watermeloning myself out. Hydration. Good hydration.
Yeah, okay.
So we're getting close. Well. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. And so I have one question that I want to pose. If you had one person that you admire and would love to meet, whether if they're living or gone on with the ancestors, who would that person be?
If what again?
If you had one person, one famous person that you would like to meet, whether if they're living or if they're gone on with the ancestors, who would that person be?
Famous?
Yes.
One? Only one?
We can spread it out.
For me, I would say Imhotep.
For sure. I would agree with you and say Imhotep also, but I'm not able to say.
I don't know if he's famous, but hey, he's famous to me and a bunch of
He's
more
definitely
people.
famous to me.
The multi-talented, multi-genius, architecture, physician, expert at law, god of medicine, where they got the Hippocratic oath from, hypocrisy learned from. Yeah, for sure. I would like to talk to him for sure. All right. What about y'all? What about you?
I say if it was somebody that was let's say in the distant past, I definitely Imhotep is the greatest to learn from. I would love to have met Malcolm.
Malcolm, yeah, that would be interesting.
I would have loved to met Malcolm. Kwame and Nkrumah. It was a lot of them brothers. Nelson Mandela. There's not just one. Yeah, hello. There's not just one. There's not just one person
Shaka
that can say I would be. Who?
Shaka Zulu.
Shaka Zulu. Toussaint L. Overture.
Dazzling the Ferocious.
This is a lot. There's a lot. You know, there's a lot of people. I would have liked to met Doc Ben, John Henry Clark, George and Jonathan Jackson. There's too many people not to name. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people not to name. Hello.
Yeah, we did an overkill on that response.
Yeah.
For sure.
Someone who the people who I would like to meet, you know, is Dr. Betty Shabazz and Coretta Scott King. And one of the reasons why is because they had to carry on after their husbands were slain. But I lean more towards Dr. Betty Shabazz because I really want to know what it was like for her to raise 6 girls after the slaying of her husband in the Audubon Ballroom. And I really want to see how that trauma impacts her. You know, I know Malcolm's death was a tragedy and it impacted his daughters. You know, he had a daughter, one of the twins, she passed
SD and Keisha,
a couple of years back.
I'm listening.
And so, you know, it'll be interesting to see how did she find the will to survive after Malcolm's assassination.
Yeah, Malcolm. Yeah, both of them women would be great to meet. I would. There are a lot of great women I would like to meet. I would like to have met Nina Simone, Asada Shakur, Afeni Shakur.
That's definitely her.
What's my girl's name over there in the sister that ran hard over in Africa? What's her name?
You talking about Black Diamond? Are you talking about her? She out of Liberia.
She was out of Liberia?
You might not be talking about her. So
which one are you talking about?
This Black Diamond, she's out of Liberia. She looked like a regular sister, thick, but kept that 4'5" on her hip. And
oh hell yeah, I would have loved to have met what's her name?
Black Diamond.
What's the woman's name?
And she's still living, I think. And they call her No Retreat because she would go into enemy territory to free the other sisters that they done captured. That was her comrades.
Right.
And this is recent. This is like, I had found out about her like 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. That's recent enough. But
Queen Nzinga?
That's who you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Queen Nzinga. It's a lot of them. The names go back. Nefertiri, not Nefertari, Nefertiri. Nefertiri, not Nefertiti. Nefertari.
Yeah, Nefertari.
It was a lot. It's a lot of them women I would like to meet. A lot of people. It's kind of challenging to just name one person.
Right.
You
like
know?
you're doing a disservice to the others, huh?
Right, yeah, because it's too many of them.
And I would have liked to meet Dr. Sabi. I would have liked to
What?
meet
Without a
him.
doubt or
Yeah,
contradiction.
for
For
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
the
I met,
father, the patriarch of holistic health.
Yeah.
yeah, I met, yeah, him. Well, I was going to say, yeah, I met Layla. I spent the weekend with Layla, Africa. So I got pictures of me and him in his house.
And Queen Afua. I would love to meet Queen Afua.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's too many to name.
There's too many. Yeah, you can
There's
go
too many
all
to
Yeah.
day.
name. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the brothers that was up there in Chicago, there's too many of them to name. There's too many brothers in there. There's too many freedom fighters that that stood up for our people that I would love to communicate with.
Mm.
Fred Hampton, Stephen Biko. I mean, it's a lot. There's too many of them to name. There's too many of
Yeah,
them to
for
name.
sure. That's for sure.
So,
Wow. So this has been like one of the best times to kind of come together with both of you and to lay it all out, because that's what regulator is all about: regulating the mind, body, the
Regulated
soul,
life.
the mental stimulation, the conversations that rule the nation. That's something that we must continue to do, dominating society and letting them know what's right, restoring originality, and
right.
honoring our ancestors. That's the key thing.
You did who you say something about, you said something about Jesus about 10 minutes ago. What'd you say?
I didn't say anything about Jesus.
No,
I didn't
I
say
thought you
anything about
said something.
Yeshua. I
We
didn't say
why
anything.
10 minutes, we gonna
I
go
didn't.
back. You said something. I
What
can't
did he
remember.
say?
I had put it
I
to the side.
I haven't said
You
anything,
say
and we
something. You was like in Jesus' name or something. But what you remember? You said something.
yeah, I was when Rob was talking about Ampu, also known as Anubis. I
Yeah.
said you need to have Jesus there.
You say you need to have what?
Jesus there.
Yeah. 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 I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So to our viewing audience, if you have
Oh,
not tapped into Black Wall Street, he has his stock exchange courses that are happening. Make sure you tune into all that he's doing in the stock world. It's never too late to open up that high yield savings account, and it's never too late to enroll in his courses. So
Okay.
check him out.
Rock.